Yo, what is up, guys? Shinobi here, back again with another one. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna lie to you when I say this, but they cooked with 3.1. First and foremost, today, for anybody who's wondering, this is gonna be more so of a story recap or an overview of what we discovered and just talking about it. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's been a while since we've gotten some lore the way that we've gotten so far. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure you would like to subscribe to the channel. Also, you know, if you couldn't tell already, there will be spoilers, so you know, stay ready for that. Stay ready for that, because there will be spoilers. Oh man, like where to begin, honestly? Where to begin with this? Like, there's a lot. So first and foremost, the one thing that you should probably know as of right now is, starting out first and foremost, and this once again with spoilers, is Amith technically isn't alive. She she died when she overclocked with the Exostrider, trying to hold back the Threnodian with the giant eyeball, which we know now is Amith 1. That is the name of that Threnodian. In a nutshell, that Threnodian is a black hole, and yeah, if whatever's in there, basically time and space doesn't flow like normal, which, you know, makes sense. It's a black hole. You know, time and space definitely isn't going to flow like normal. But basically, that Threnodian tried to consume in Solaris 1, the planet that we're currently on, and Amith ended up obviously resonating with the Exostrider during that point in time, which wasn't strong enough to hold it back by itself. But with Amith, you know, becoming its resonator by overclocking forcibly, it was able to obviously stop the Threnodian, or at least seal it. It's still technically here on Leroy, but it's sealed currently right now. So there is that. But the most important thing is that the Amith that we see, she's technically not alive, which is why she's like a ghost, a digital ghost, basically, in a nutshell. So there's that. I know a lot to take in. A lot to take in. But yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy. Oh man, now moving on to the next thing. Bro, there's so much. There's actually so much, man. There's so much. This space station that we're looking at currently right now used to be in space right before the etheric sea basically covered Solaris and created basically what we got here. And this is where one of the probably most important lore things that we've seen in this game, which is when this space station that we're looking at now, which is crashed, was in space. Not only did they see us falling from space, so we fell from the etheric sea. I know, crazy. So they saw us basically fall from the beginning of the game. At least that's my interpretation of it. But then on top of that, the etheric sea and the, what do you call it, the retroact ring also come from outer space. So before, they had people in space. The people from Leroy, they had people in space before the etheric sea and the retroact ring and the lament ended up doing what they were doing. And we also fell from space during that point in time, as we already know, with Lucia, the unknown goddess who we saw at the beginning of the game, sending us here. So there is that. There is that. And I think this next portion, I'm going to be honest with you, it's probably, oh yeah, another thing, yeah, before we get into the next portion is, yeah, Luke definitely knows who we are, bro. That, like, I think that's obvious, but they definitely know who we were, and also apparently traveled with us at one point in time. And my prediction with that, this isn't confirmed, my prediction with that is I'm definitely expecting him to be a member of Fraxis, or at least a previous member of the Fraxis, because he mentioned that at one point he did end up traveling with us. And there's been hints with the Fraxis, especially at the end of 2.5, that we were once their leaders. So who knows what's up with that? Who knows what's up with that? But yeah, really important stuff. And it's crazy, man. It's actually crazy. Another thing with this space station is it was run by the etheric sea. Like, the etheric sea runs this space station, or at least it helped with sustaining its power and everything like that. We can actually even go inside and show y'all that. Let's go. Let's see if we go into the space station, and I think, yeah, this should be a good place to see it. Yo, it's crazy, dude. It's actually crazy. So yeah, no, here we go. So yeah, no, if we go here, I think we can raise this up, right? Yeah. So yeah, this is all basically controlled by the etheric sea. All of it. It's crazy. It's crazy. They even got, like, if I'm correct, they got something back here that you can see. Where, if I'm correct, yeah, like, they got all this back here. Can we go through this door? No, we can't go through this door. Which means that I would probably have to go through here. And it's probably on this side, if I'm correct. We actually get to see what the etheric sea kind of like looks like in physical form here. Yeah, here we go. So if I'm correct, go through here. And then, no, actually. But there's like a giant tube with some like stuff inside of it that I'm pretty sure we should be able to find, but I don't know why I can't see it, where it's at. That's definitely not it. Maybe it's here. We'll check this one. But yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy to know that they saw us fall. Oh yeah, here it is. Here you go. So yeah, that stuff that you see floating around there is from the etheric sea. I know, crazy. That's what it looks like, man. It's kind of nuts, and it basically powers this whole entire space station. And I can actually show you the clip where we actually fell from the sky. Like, hold on one second. All right, so here we go. So this is actually the portion right here. So after we defeat the nameless explorer, who was also somebody on the space station who unfortunately got corrupted, what ended up happening is we get to see the recording. And when the etheric sea phenomenon basically spread and engulfed the whole entire planet, and then on top of that we got to see the retroact rain, then we basically kind of like fell with it. And actually, let's go here. Let's go here real quick. Alright, so here we go. I'm actually even going to move myself out the way so I'm not screwing with y'all's screen. So I'm going to move myself out the way here. But yeah, now look at this. Look at this. This was probably one of the biggest lore drops that they've done here. Which will show after we get done defeating this boss. But I'll actually fast forward at least a little bit. I don't know, it looks like we're about to defeat it here. Which, by the way, this boss is actually a sick boss to fight against.
Game over.
Boss was definitely sick to fight against. Let's actually move forward a little bit. You have they ended up turning into a fantastic disc that we fought. Probably was somebody on the space station when it. Let's see, a little bit forward, a little bit more. Luke, you have impressed me so.
The upper decks and hurting anyone.
Damn.
Tragic thing is.
All right, now look at this. This is insane. All right, here we go. Lock in. What are we looking at? Oh. Oh, we're getting real lore here. What's this? So a meteor shower took this out. Now look at this, bro. This is probably the best lore drop that they've dropped in this whole entire game. Is this from the etheric storm though, or the etheric sea?
Look.
What?
Someone's falling straight from the etheric sea.
That's us. I'm bet. Yep. I bet that's us. Nah. And as you can see right here, this is the retroact rain. The etheric sea itself is outside the atmosphere of here, so that's why the space station was able to be outside the atmosphere. But the retroact rain itself actually kind of fell down here, and that's where we came from. That was us. Yeah, nah, it was the craziest lore drop of all time, bro. Craziest lore drop of all time. Like, easily, bro. Now we're gonna, like, they cooked. They actually freaking cooked with that. Another thing that we also learned about here, and this also kind of ties into everything, is with Amith specifically, with her specifically, if we go back, so the Tharnolian itself apparently has been devouring civilizations for a long time. Amith 1, aka the thing that looks like a black hole that we meet in the first portion of the story. So there is that. So we know that it's been devouring civilizations for a while. And that rover was actually from one of the civilizations outside of Solaris that we're on right now. So the Hess civilization, basically, in a nutshell. That's what it's basically hinting towards. It's the Hess civilization, which was the civilization that we came from, was technically our home, which means that technically our home isn't really even the Black Shores. It's technically a planet outside of this. It's technically a planet outside of this, right? And the strategy that at least we know for now was to send out exostriders. And listen, here we go. The plan was to basically send exostriders that could carry Thornodians down to Solaris, so that I guess they could help defend, I guess, against the Lament. Like, I guess that was the plan. They didn't really go too deep into it. In fact, actually, I could find a clip right there that just tells you what happens, because I bet that'll probably explain a lot better. But it's some crazy stuff. But basically, the mech that we know that Amenth has was used to transport Thornodians. So originally, it's not supposed to fight, you know, or not Thornodians. It's made to transport the Sentinels. My bad. And the black hole Thornodian that we know of, aka Amenth 1, saw that and consumed one of them, but the other one made it here. So there is that. And once again, as I said earlier, those mechs are not made to fight Thornodians, and the only reason they were able to seal a portion of the Thornodian here on High Roy is because Amenth, you know, got herself involved with it. And I'm going to talk about Amenth a little bit more in the beginning, but first I got to show you this. Oh yeah, and one thing actually before we switch over, sorry about the cut, but one other thing you should probably know is that the smaller mech that ends up fighting us was technically created from Amenth's own fears, because once again, because she's dead, she's able to interact with the Thornodian without getting hurt, and she ended up learning about our previous past and everything that happened to us, about the Hess civilization, everything like that. So she tried to take on the burden by herself, because she learned about how we basically were burdened with saving the world, and once again, in her eyes, that wasn't right. And apparently also at one point, we wanted to be able to go home, back to the Hess civilization, I would assume, and they basically said, nah, you're not allowed to do that, and we lost communication with them, so they basically cut us off. So there is that. Now, how we end up, I guess, going back and losing our memory by seeing the unknown goddess, I have no clue. It's kind of talked about a little bit. It's kind of talked about at least a little bit that, if I'm correct, they ended up, yeah. Let's see, I'm pretty sure they ended up talking about it a little bit here, but I'm pretty sure that they talked about how they ended up seeing Lucia at one point. Let me see here. Let me see here. Okay, so I can't find it right now, but it is hinted at that they did see Lucia, aka the unknown goddess from the beginning of the game. So there is that. Crazy stuff. But let's go ahead and get straight into this, because we do this is actually some crazy stuff going on here. So let's go ahead and do this, and then alright, here we go. Here we go.
I know you did this for me, to protect my happiness, and I'm grateful. But it's over now.
Bro, this scene was insane, dude.
I need to hear it. All of it. Whatever the truth is, it's my burden to carry. My choice to make. Carrying this on your own hasn't been easy, has it?
Yeah, this was, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Kuro, they cooked with this quest. Another thing y'all should probably know is that Amith was saved by us. So, and at one point we apparently took care of her. So, we're really about to learn everything.
Even if it changes
We're
nothing,
really about to learn everything.
even if it only weighs you down.
Oh, don't do this to me, YouTube, bro. Come on, I'm trying to do something right now, duh. Bruh. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Bro, this lore was insane.
Back when we lived together, you once told me you'd come from a faraway place, that you were on Solaris to carry out a mission. Current research suggests the Exostriders and Sentinels were made with technology from
Yep.
the same civilization.
The Hess civilization.
I think that
Bro,
civilization
we're about to learn about the Hess civilization.
is the faraway homeland
Finally.
you spoke of. You never spoke of it to me or anyone else again, so I kept it to myself. Until I died and slipped into void space as a digital ghost.
So she knows about whatever
As I
civilization
wandered
that we
through the
learned
ruins
from.
devoured by the Threnodian, I stumbled upon a faint frequency. Your
Keep in mind that the only reason that Amith is allowed to do what she's doing right now is because she's not alive. It's the only reason why. And there's gonna be some other stuff that I'm gonna be talking about as as we go through this, as YouTube is being done with the stutters. we hate to see it. We hate to see it.
There's no telling when it had been devoured. But I could feel your warmth in it. After so long without you.
It's honestly crazy, bro. This whole entire thing is, the lore is nuts.
With me.
Yep,
Guided
there's
by
the
a strange
Exostrider.
connection to other frequencies, I traced my way through countless overlapping spaces until I found the remains of an
Now, the crazy thing about this is we already know that Lahiroi doesn't have a Sentinel. And we know that these Exostriders were sent out from, the Hess civilization to, to Solaris, I guess in this case, or maybe even other planets. There's a possibility to get Sentinels to, those planets. And in this case, this one didn't make it.
That was when I realized that Exostriders were built to transport Sentinels. They trekked through stars to deliver Sentinels to Solaris. Until, during one jump, the Threnodian Aleph 1 must have noticed them. Its hunger had festered for so long that not even devouring the entire universe could
Which is
save it.
insane. What's even more crazy is
That frequency
the
led me to another relic,
the Aleph 1 that we know right now that we ran into in the beginning.
built by the same
That's just a
makers of
portion of it. It's not even the full Threnodian.
It was beyond my understanding. I could only guess its purpose. A communication satellite. And within its ruined shell, I discovered frequencies tied to you. From those fragments, I saw the messages you sent home. Not about your mission, but
Right, because we were sent here on a mission to get rid of, I would assume, the Etheric Sea and the Lament.
You said you wanted to go home, even if just to lay eyes on it one more time. But their reply was a rejection, because it wasn't part of your mission, because it was
Which is
unnecessary.
wild.
They were the ones who cut communications. They ignored every wish you had outside your mission. They forced you into this life of roving. And still,
And keep in mind, this is our previous self, before we lost our memories.
you crossed the stars to fulfill their wish. How
Yep.
In that moment,
This is the moment right here when that other mech was made.
drowning in pain. I didn't know how to help you. I didn't know if I should tell you. I didn't know what future you'd even want. That's when your frequency I'd been carrying with me. It was corrupted by the void matter. It tore through my power, and Sigilon was born. It was born from my mind, from all my worries, my fears, everything I imagined you suffered. At first, it acted on nothing but the instinct to go home.
Yeah, that right there is our other self created from her memories.
Trying to seize access to my piloting control.
And it's also why we've been losing our frequency to it, because it is us, or at least a fragment of us, in a nutshell.
We could reactivate the Exostrider and cross the Strider Gate to get back home.
Exactly. The more of your frequency it consumed, the more coherent it became. I couldn't let you hear those words, so I tried to destroy it. This is what I've been keeping from you.
Alright, this is
But nah, it's insane. And the only reason she can't destroy it is because she exists. So they're basically tied to one another. They're basically tied to one another. And it's also because of that thing that other people couldn't see her. Once that thing was gone, after we got done going through all this, not only did we get our frequency back, but then she was able to get all of her frequency back from when she overclocked. Now, she's not going to be able to get her physical body back, but she basically becomes not the Thernodia, but the resonator of the Exostrider at that point in time, which is absolutely insane. Another thing to keep in note is, bruh, I'm not going to lie to you, the rover was going and it was rough. It was rough, and we already received hints about that before. We received hints about how rough it was for rover way back before we erased our memory. But it was rough. Because despite the fact that, we were saving the world and everything like that, we were taking a lot of L's, bro. When we were fighting the element for the first time around with the Hess civilization, we were taking a lot of L's, dude. A lot of L's, for real. It's nuts. It's nuts. But I think the craziest lore drop out of everything here, that we've ever seen, is that Amith, technically, because of how her whole entire situation is, she could time travel. She can basically go back in time. It's like a time loop kind of thing. So in a nutshell, the first time around that we got saved by Amith, that wasn't actually her. It was another version of her. Because once again, because she was allowed to go into the Thernoidian, that also allowed her to exist in multiple points in time. So it was like some Flashpoint stuff. If you guys watched The Flash, it was like some Flashpoint stuff. And because of that, she was able to go back in time when the Thernoidian showed up to try and devour Solaris and be able to activate the Exostrider to steal it. So basically, without her, Solaris would get cooked. Solaris would have gotten cooked. That's basically what would have happened there. And I can actually show you that real quick. Some crazy stuff, man. It is actually some crazy stuff. Here we go. This is it right here.
Energy nearly depleted, and void matter kept pouring through the Strider Gate. Aleph-1 kept pushing, desperate to squeeze its whole disgusting bulk into this world. It was almost successful. It would have ended everything. But then a girl named Imeth emerged from inside the Thernoidian itself. The great savior. making her dramatic entrance at the final moment. The Exostrider watched her touch its great sword, the one pinning the Threnodian. Their resonance sent a surge of power back into the reactor drive. It turned the massive blade, forcing the Threnodian back through the Strider Gate, driving a seal over it. But the human girl who had resonated with the Exostrider, she was dragged through the Strider Gate with the Threnodian, vanishing from Solaris forever.
Imith was the key? She helped the Exostrider seal the Threnodian?
I was shocked at first.
So
But
her
the moment
future
I
self.
stepped into void space, it all made sense. This distorted black hole of a realm where time and space are warped. It appeared when the Threnodian came to Solaris. Anything lost inside can exist in multiple moments.
And she went inside of it.
Things caught in it can be thrown into junctures of time. That
And
can
she
never
went inside of it.
And I can move through it all. The void matter.
So,
Do you have any idea what this means?
this is like on some.
Imith. Where is this going?
This is like on some Flashpoint. Like,
It means I can use it to go back. Back to the very moment Aleph 1 descended. Time, cause, effect.
Yep.
Perfect closed loop. But my meeting with her all those years ago, that wasn't the cause. It was the effect.
bro, what the hell? My brain right now cannot.
Only by resonating with the Exostrider and dying as a synchronist all those years ago, could I later become the Exostrider's true resonator as a digital ghost. And only in this form could I cross void space, return to the past, and power the Exostrider to save Lahai Roy. And only because Lahai Roy survived could she have ever come here, rescue my younger self, and let me grow up here to become the chosen synchronist in the
Bro,
first
this is
Which means that
crazy.
basically Amith put herself in an infinite loop on purpose to be able to save Lyroy, which is absolutely nuts, man. Once again, they were cooking with this story, dude. They absolutely cooked with this story, and honestly, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. But basically, the Imith that saved us in the beginning was a future version of Imith, not the one that we know here. Which is why, at the beginning of the quest, when we mentioned it to her that she saved us, she doesn't remember, because that wasn't actually her. That was somebody else. It was a different Imith. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, bro, they were cooking during this quest, dude. They were freaking cooking during this quest, for real. For real, dude. And then near the end, Imith basically kind of sacrifices a portion of herself to be able to do exactly that, what we saw earlier. So let's go ahead and skip a little bit forward. And yeah, here we go.
And Lahai Roy will
Look at this. Because we try to stop her, it doesn't work though.
and we will find each other in the Frostlands.
We try to stop her, but it doesn't work, bro. They cooked with this scene, by the way. They absolutely freaking cooked with this scene.
Bro, this is nuts.
Yep. That's the Thornodian, and then, yep. And that's only a piece of it, by the way. We can't fight, bro. We can't. Right now, we can't fight that thing. But Imith can at least seal it with a Thornodian. She can seal it with the Exostrider. Just like before. This is insane, bro. Only this time, this is the actual Amith that we know. This isn't the future one now. This is the actual one we know now. What the hell?
I hope to make you proud.
Bro, this is too much.
I haven't let you down.
Bro, they cooked with this scene, dude. They freaking cooked. Like, I did not know that we was gonna get all of this. I did not know we was getting all of this, dude. The music and everything is actually crazy. Now this is where it gets good. This is where it gets freaking good. Bro, this quest literally had me just tearing up for real, because they were cooking here. They were cooking here. Now look at this. So once again, she went back in time. This is the loop. She went back in time to the point where the mech, once again, was trying to stop the Thornodian, but was failing. As you guys can see. Bro, what the... Only because the Amith was the Exostrider actually able to seal that freaking Thornodian.
Short as it was, but it mattered. But even family can't stay together forever. The time to part always comes.
Yeah, this Thornodian don't play around, by the way. This thing is a freaking menace. And this is only a piece of it, bro. This isn't even the full thing. Bro.
I don't regret a thing.
Holy shit. Yeah, only by Imith becoming the resonator of the Exostrider were they able to seal this thing. And look at the animation, dude. They freaking cooked with this. They cooked with this, man. And because of what this happened here, because what ends up happening here, because I don't want to spoil the whole entire thing, because of what happened here, so what ends up happening here is Imith right now currently can still be seen, right? So that problem still kind of got fixed by us. But because of her sacrifice here, what ends up happening in the future after this is we end up finding her again, right? In the pod that she originally did, you know, ended up disappearing in. I'm betting. Or who knows, man? I thought at this point in time, by the way, that like straight up, I thought by this point that like we wasn't gonna find her again. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Bro, what is happening, bro? Like straight up, I thought that by this point we were gonna find her again. So when I saw her in this pod, I was wondering what the hell was going on here. Did we time the whole quest? Did we time travel? She did say something. I mean, Amos did say something about being in multiple places at one point in time, though. I don't even know anymore, man. My brain is like, yo. Basically, in a nutshell, what ended up happening here is Imeth ended up sacrificing a piece of herself on the other side of the Strider Gate to hold off the Thernodian. Meanwhile, a piece of herself got left behind here, kind of like a shell more so than anything. So for anybody who's watched SAO, basically in a nutshell, she got the Kirito treatment. She got the Kirito treatment analyzation where Kirito basically lost a piece of himself, putting him kind of like in a coma-like state. Holy freaking crap, man. It's kind of like another reference, I guess, with that would be SAO with Alice, for anybody who knows who that is. Where the original Alice that Yu-Gi-Oh! And Kirito knew technically isn't the same Alice that they know in real life now. It's a completely different person. Got me fucking tearing up and shit, bro. Oh my goodness. Like, watch this. Like, look at this. Yeah, basically. She's basically an exoswarm, so she's a piece. She's like a piece. The version that we now know at this point isn't the one that sacrificed herself. Instead, what ends up happening is she leaves a piece of herself behind. So it's kind of like the Void Worm in a sense, where it's a piece of the Exo suit or the Exomech that we saw her use, but it isn't actually her. The Exostrider that we use, it's like a piece of that. This Imeth isn't exactly human, nor is she a reverberation. She's closer to an exoworm. The only trace of her original frequency remaining. As a friend, even suggested you think. She's basically a shell of her former self, bro. It's crazy, dude. As for the Exostriders are planned you asked about, we can go over the details at the infirmary when the time comes. So yeah, it's crazy, man. It really is. It's nuts. It's nuts, man. And I don't know if I explained it all in the best way. I'm just explaining like the most important stuff. Like, once again, us falling from the sky around the same time that, you know, the space station went down. You know, obviously Amos basically being able to time hop and everything like that, so that, you know, Solaris doesn't get devoured by the Thernodian, which then also causes her to be able to be in multiple places at one time. And then on top of that, our previous self, I guess, isn't technically from this planet in the Hess civilization, sending the Exostriders with, you know, sentinels inside of them, which that's the most crazy part in my opinion, because, like, once again, Lyroy, they have an Exostrider, but it crashed here, and I don't think the Sentinel made it, which is why this is the one region that does not have a Sentinel, bro. It's crazy, dude. It's actually crazy. Like, this game, as far as the lore portion, absolutely cooked. And then as far as Rover's development on top of that, with her taking care of Imeth in her previous life, before she lost her memories and everything like that, and then even with her losing her memories and Imeth not wanting her to remember that, she still accepts all that anyways, bro. It's like it's still the best, it's easily the best character development of all time, bro. Easily the best character development of all time. Once again, I'm not going really through all of it. This is more so a summary than anything. This video is already long enough as it is. But, bro, they cooked with this, dude. They absolutely freaking cooked with this. Best quest they've ever freaking made of all time. And I can't wait, man. I really can't wait. But in a nutshell, that's kind of what we're looking at the moment, man. They freaking cooked, man. They freaking cooked. And I can't wait. I can't wait until we get 3.2, because 3.2 is looking like it's actually going to... It's looking like it's going to be even more insane than what we already know of here, bro. And what we already got here is crazy as it is. But yeah, that's basically kind of like a quick summary, which is nuts because this is like a 40-minute video of the 3.1 patch. what I've learned lore-wise, you know, the backstory of Rover to the, at least some of it, you know, with us taking care of Amith in our past life, which then, you know, I guess inspired Amith to want to be able to protect us and Leroy. And then on top of that, the Exostriders and the Sentinels being basically made by the head civilization to get sent to Solaris. And then the Thernodian probably being the most important part, where the Thernodian that we know of currently, and they might even have it, they might have it in the gallery. I'm gonna be real, they might have it. So, enemies. Let me see, they might not have it here. No, they might not have the Thernodian sitting in here, because it's only gonna go over the ones we've encountered. Yeah, it's probably not gonna show it. It's probably not gonna show the Thernodian, but the Thernodian, in a nutshell, it's something, bro. But it's honestly the craziest thing is that at this point, and where is it? I guess that point, and where is it? I guess if it shows it. Let's see, this is chapter 3. They don't show it, but it's like that point and the point we saw when we was falling from the sky are basically, I think, in my opinion, the same point that we arrived here after our memories got erased. It's actually nuts, man. I wish they had it to where you could replay the cutscenes in this game. That probably might be something they added in later, but yeah. Yeah. It's nuts, and I didn't even go over everything. I kind of just went over the important stuff, but overall, they did a banger job with this quest, man. They did an absolute banger job with this quest, and I can't wait until we see 3.2, because basically at this point, Rover has a mission, which is A, to get rid of the Etheric Sea, basically destroy it, to get to the other side of the Strider Gate, and then save Amith and return her back to her normal self. We now know we have a goal. We have something to prep for, because apparently Luke was given a mission before we left and erased our memories. So Luke was giving us a mission with the Exostrider before we left, so that we can be able to do what we need to do and get rid of the Thernodian. It's a whole lot, man. It's a whole lot, but I can't wait, man, because they cooked with this. They absolutely freaking cooked with this. And me personally, I recommend you play the quest for yourself. Once again, I put spoilers, so hopefully I didn't spoil too much. I mean, technically I spoiled a lot, but no, I didn't spoil everything. So I didn't really say all that happened, but me personally, I recommend that you play this quest for yourself, because they absolutely cooked here. And I'm not gonna lie, my favorite set piece has probably got to be this space station, because it revealed so much. It revealed so much outside of what Amos, you know, showed us. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna do. I hope you guys enjoyed. Shinobi signing off. And let me know what you guys thought of the quest for those of you guys who played it, because I'm not gonna lie, this is easily the best quest that Kuros ever made, man. They cooked. They absolutely cooked here. But without further ado, Shinobi signing off. I'll see y'all on the next one. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, that's it. Peace.